This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and it's affordable phone time. I mean, really affordable. This is the BLU R1 Plus. Now, they make incredibly affordable phones that are available at places like Best Buy, Amazon, Micro Center, Fry's, pretty much anywhere. And they probably have cornered at least the U.S. market in the budget Android phone segment. Doesn't mean it's a cheesy, bad phone either. It's actually pretty solid for the price, which is $160, $159.99. For that, you get Android 6.0 Marshmallow with a promised upgrade to 7.0 Nougat, which is pretty neat. Usually phones in this price range are pretty neglected when it comes to updates. A 5.5-inch bonded glass display, a decent quad-core CPU, and more. We're going to look at it now. BLU R1 Plus is the follow-up to the R1 HD. Bigger display, improved camera, bigger battery, all the usual improvements that we see as Android sets progress in time, as technology becomes more affordable. 5.5-inch display, then this uses on-cell touch, which is like basically a bonded glass display. So it actually looks better than you might expect for something that's 720p. That's 720 by 1280. It's IPS. The viewing angles, it gets pretty dim as you move off angle. It's not the super brightest display either, but at this price point, what can you expect? It's perfectly bright to use indoors, but you're going to have a little trouble when you're taking photos outdoors in bright light seeing that display. This is an GSM unlocked phone, so no carrier contracts, no payments, no nothing like that. Just straight out $160 and it is yours. That means it doesn't work on Sprint, it doesn't work on Verizon, but AT&T, T-Mobile, Cricket, Metro, PCS, you get the idea, and that's in the United States. It's also got 3G and 2G, so it's a world phone you can take overseas. They paid particular attention to T-Mobile for this one, so you get HD voice on this, on T-Mobile only, and voice over LTE and Band 12 support. Works fine at AT&T as well, just those services are not supported. Pretty much your basic phone right here. We got a micro USB connector for the charger. We have a headphone jack up top. We have absolutely normal volume and power. There is no fingerprint scanner on a phone on this price range. You get single band Wi-Fi, you get Bluetooth, you get a GPS. There is no NFC either. So the advanced stuff, not so much. Speaker fires from the back here, and it's actually pretty loud, and I appreciate that because when they put them on the end here, you tend to hold the phone like this when you're watching video or playing games, you block it. This, not so much, you don't block it. You got a 13 megapixel camera on the back with an f2.2 lens, LED flash there, and we have a 5 megapixel front shooter up top as well. You can remove the back from the phone, and in fact, you will need to put in your SIM card. It's one of those wraparound ones you're going to have to pull from the pry point and then use your fingernail around it to get it off. So you can see we have two SIM card slots. These are micro SIM, not nano SIM, the slightly bigger SIM. So if you have a nano SIM, you might need a little adapter to actually make it work. And we have a micro SD card slot. It's compatible with cards up to 64 gigs. And the battery is in here sealed under this basic plastic, thin plastic papery cover, and as you can see it says do not remove. It's 4,000 milliamps. Given the fact that this is a fairly low resolution display and a 1.3 gigahertz MediaTek processor that's not super duper demanding, this thing has extreme battery life. In terms of durability, the removable back cover is powder-coated metal according to BLU, and this is Gorilla Glass 3 with a little bit of a curve to the glass, kind of like almost like a 2D curve kind of look on it. You know, for the price, it's actually pretty good. We have pretty standard, normal-looking Android here. Thank goodness, no heavy-duty overlays, scroll up, scroll down kind of thing. They've bundled some Amazon apps on here. I put Sonic Dash on there myself. And I put the benchmark programs on there, and you get a file manager and a couple of other things, FM radio on this. So it's pretty nice, pretty clean stuff. So you've got your usual marshmallow look right here. You got your toggles. Again, Nougat is coming, Android 7 at some point. So all pretty much normal stuff, no fancy-dancy features in settings here other than a display quality enhancement to jazz up the colors a little bit if you like. Call quality on the phone was fine, and we've been testing with the T-Mobile SIM, and these are actually unusually slow speeds for T-Mobile. So this may have 4G LTE, but it doesn't have the latest Cat 6 or Cat 7 LTE radio inside. Plus, carriers optimize their network for phones that are recognized. So this one, not being one of the carrier-offered phones, may be at a little bit of a disadvantage, though. Experientially, it streams YouTube just fine. It's great for loading web pages. It's fine for Spotify and all that sort of thing, but you're not going to get those cutting-edge, super-duper fast LTE speeds you would on a higher-end carrier-offered phone. Inside, we have that shining light among low-end phones, pretty common to see. It's a MediaTek CPU. This is the 6737 running at 1.3 gigahertz. It's a quad-core CPU with Mali T720 graphics, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage. So the benchmark numbers here, relative to flagships, of course, they're very, very low, but yeah, if you compare this to a phone from 3 years ago, it would be, well, cutting edge, wouldn't it? And that speaks to how, for a lot of everyday users who are not real heavy on their phone, this is actually pretty decent. I do notice some lag. Occasionally it thinks about something that it's doing for just a microsecond longer than a faster phone. It's pretty usable, honestly, overall. This has a 5 megapixel front camera, which is actually, it takes decent selfies, and a 13 megapixel rear camera with an LED flash. Tap to focus. Sometimes it gets a little bit laggy, but not too bad. It's not going to be the most stellar thing at capturing quick moments, but you get the idea. We got a lot of sound controls here. There's even a manual mode if you want smile shot, geotagging, the usual. So if you look at settings here, we've got video quality 720p, 480p. Now they say 1080p supported as well, but it's not showing up here as an option for me. And if you take a swipe down, you've got your different photo modes right here too. So it's pretty intuitive, pretty easy to use. And here's some sample pictures. This, right, given the price, that's not too bad. This is not going to win any photo awards, but it's colorful, it's sharp enough. And that was shot at very close range there. So hey, you know, really not bad for the price at all. Which is going to be the theme for this phone overall. Obviously, you're not going to be buying this because you want a high-end piece, but you want something affordable. Maybe your budget's small. Maybe you just say, hey, something that does the basics is just perfectly fine with me. Fine for YouTube. Pretty loud speaker on the rear. Got 4G LTE on board. There's a lot to say for a phone like this, honestly. Obviously, it's not going to be particularly very fast if you're a demanding user, if you've got a real need for speed. Not the phone for you. If you need NFC, if you want Android Pay, for example, if you want VR, yeah, no, not so much. So that's the BLU R1 Plus. It's available now. Again, it's $159.99, so it's pretty affordable. No contract, nothing like that. For AT&T, NT Mobile, Metro PCS, Cricket, not for Verizon, not for Sprint or any of their offshoot carriers, GSM only, 4G LTE, a really affordable price, a pretty decent screen. Passable performance, you know, it does the basics. It's going to do your email, it's going to stream YouTube, you can play some casual games on it, you get the idea. This is obviously not going to compete against the LG G6 or something like that. Camera on it, decent for the price. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more cool tech videos, and then thumbs up if you like this vid.